Go time. Episode 2.
Episode 2. To anyone who watched episode 1 and continued on to episode 2,
Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate the shit out of
OG.
that.
Let us know who you are because we'll remember you.
Yeah. First fans.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
I actually know one guy, one of my colleagues, who's gonna listen to the first. I was gonna do a shout out for him in the first episode, but I forgot.
Shout out now. What's his name?
I don't know. Should I say his name?
Yeah, I mean, first name is fine. Don't give out his full name, his address, and his just sort of his way.
Well, he does a podcast as well. Should I give his podcast a shout out?
Why not?
Okay, so my colleague Dom from work, he's been giving me a lot of advice for setting up the podcast because he mentioned to me that he did a podcast in passing. I've listened to it and it's brilliant. It's about football. I couldn't care less about football. I absolutely despise sport in general.
It's a good job you don't do graphic design for sports stuff,
But yeah, he's also been in a lot of other stuff. If you just search Bantam's Banter on Google.
Name. That's a very good name.
It's a very good name. On Google, he's got a website for it. It's a fantastic website. There's this section on that website called What We've Done. And if you just go through that, it's absolutely phenomenal how much things he's done, how many places he's been on TV so many times.
Yeah, I had to skim through it. It's awesome.
Yeah, and his podcast's really good. I really enjoyed it, and I absolutely hate football.
Is that the name of his podcast as well?
Yeah, Bantam's Banter. It's on that website. You can actually listen to it on the website.
If you're into sports, go check it out. If you're not into sports, I'm sure you'll still enjoy it.
If you're not into sports, stay here. No. Yeah, like I said, I'm not into sports, and I think his podcast is awesome.
Well, respect for Dom.
Yeah, I think he's had enough of our time now.
I appreciate you, Dom.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on. This episode is the
Nintendo Switch,
the
man.
Nintendo Switch. Which is shocking for me because I was never the biggest Nintendo fan. In fact,
you were anti-Nintendo.
I absolutely hated them for most of my life. Which I think is partly because I never really had much access to a Nintendo console. It was very limited. I had friends who had them. I went over, I'd played Mario, it was amazing, and then they brought out another Mario, and I was like, there's not too much difference.
Yeah.
So I was like, my idea of Nintendo was that they were just all about the money, they didn't give a shit, and they just wanted to keep just selling Mario to people that'll fucking eat it up.
Well, we could talk about that because you're not entirely wrong up until recently. But touching on that, when you're a kid, you do have a specific console childhood. So I very much had a Nintendo childhood.
Mine was PlayStation.
Yeah, definitely. I was always jealous of the kids that had a PlayStation childhood.
Yeah, you should be. We were fucking awesome.
Nintendo was the cheaper option, which is why I was a Nintendo kid.
Yeah.
Well, the consoles were the cheaper option. The games that never drop in price if they're an actual Nintendo published game.
Yeah.
It's a bit rough.
My parents were not massively rich, but they were quite wealthy when I was younger, so they could afford to buy a PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
And then when PlayStation 2 came out, when PlayStation 2 came out, we got a Japanese import, which was kind of amazing, but we couldn't figure out anything that it was trying to tell us. So we quickly got rid of that, and then we replaced it with a PAL. But yeah, it's not about the PlayStation this episode. It's
will talk about the PlayStation.
Hell yeah, we will.
Yes, we will.
I'm looking forward to that one. Well, this is about Switch.
Yes.
Which is, I'm really enjoying it. And as someone who's hated Nintendo forever, it's really opened up my eyes and changed my idea of them. Especially because it wasn't so much the console I wanted; it was Zelda that I wanted.
Yeah.
But the console itself is really, really nice. I was thinking when I first saw it, when I heard, Nintendo are gonna announce a new console, I was like, oh, what a fucking gimmick have they got now? Last time it was motion controls.
Yeah.
GameCube had the fucking shitty mini discs that were rubbish.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is gonna be shit. And then they brought it out, and it was like, oh, you can take the controllers off, and you can slide the fucking the screen out, and it's a handheld. And I was like, yeah, but who's gonna want to do that?
I think the biggest thing on our minds then was we have a PS4.
Yeah.
It's fucking powerful.
Yes.
What can a handheld console do? And then we found out the dock didn't have its own processor or anything like that. It just literally converted ones and zeros onto the TV.
Yeah. It was literally just like a HDMI port.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah. Exactly.
And there was the whole thing about how I still don't know if it's true, but like it downscales it from 1080p to 720p when you dock it.
I think it upscales.
Yeah, there's something about like that. Like it either downscaled it or the frame rate wasn't very good. Or
The frame
something
rate
like
is
that.
better in handheld mode.
Yeah.
I think it's because the resolution is lower, but when the screen's that small,
Yeah, it don't really matter.
Yeah.
But like from the start, I was like, this is going to be a terrible console. They had like a nice little video where people were playing it on the TV, and then they undocked it, and they went onto a fucking airplane and took off the controllers and played on the airplane.
Can I just say about that airplane thing?
It's got an airplane mode, and you can't take the controller.
Yeah, you can't use Bluetooth because I was playing it on the plane. And I was like, oh, I'll just put it on this tray, and I'll unclip the controllers. I had it in airplane mode, and it's like, oh, you can't use the controllers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I saw a guy in a video doing it. What the fuck?
Yeah. So yeah, I was immediately like, no, this isn't a console for me. But at the same time, I was talking to you over the DMs on Facebook and whatnot.
Slipped in my DMs.
Yeah.
Slid.
Slid
Whatever the meme is. Anyway, carry on.
That this new Zelda game looks amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think I said amazing right off the bat. I didn't want to give you the satisfaction. I was like, it's looking okay. It's looking impressive.
Yeah.
And then as it got closer to the Nintendo Switch being released, and they started talking more about Zelda and showing more of it, I was just straight up like, yo, this game looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
Then it came out, and I was at your house when you got the game, was it? Or did you get the game first?
I got the game first, and the Switch didn't come.
And the Switch came, and so it was your house, and we put it in, and you let me play it first, which is amazing. And I just fell in love with it. Like, and so as soon as I got a bit of money together, I went and bought my own. And I love it. I love Zelda. I love the Switch.
Similar story for me. I wasn't that interested. When the Wii U came out, I was slightly interested. I'd had a Wii, I'd had a GameCube, and I was like, I'm going to miss out on so many Nintendo titles. But I just never... The Wii U never dropped in price because the handheld thing was so expensive.
Yeah. The thing that pissed me off about the Wii U is that it wasn't clear right from the start whether it was a new console or a peripheral.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very clear long after it was released either. And then
that's one of the things Nintendo have said affected their pricing.
Yeah. Also, another thing that
sales
pissed me off about the Wii U is they fucking stole the rights to Bayonetta 2. Which sucked.
I've never played Bayonetta.
I didn't complete it because I had other games to play. But
it must have been amazing.
Honestly, right, as hack and slashers go, it was phenomenal. It was the right amounts of crazy boobies. There was the right amount of crazy Japanese and like punishing challenge. And boobies. So yeah, it was amazing. I liked it. I didn't complete it because I had other games to play.
Yeah.
I don't know where it was. It was either like Call of Duty or Halo. I was playing that online a lot maybe during that time. But I was looking forward to Bayonetta 2 because I was going to get it and then get the first one as well and just marathon them. But then the fucking Wii U snatched the rights to it, and I never got to play this Bayonetta 2. And I'm hoping to bring out a Bayonetta for the Switch because I'll buy it in a breath.
Yeah. I've heard rumours about that, but I've also heard that maybe it's on PlayStation 4 instead. Yeah,
there was a rumour going around because the dev team released an image of Bayonetta 2 or 3 or whatever it was, and it had the Switch red and blue colours. People were thinking it's a teaser for an upcoming Switch game, which I'm all for. Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, the Switch, great consoles, powerful.
I was on a train of thought.
No, have I destroyed it for you?
Yeah, you have. I think you should apologise.
I'm not going to apologise. So the Switch
is... too late to apologise.
Is
you
powerful.
little... Hang on.
No. Alright, go on.
I was disappointed that I missed all the games on the Wii U, especially the HD remake of Wind Waker, which is... It's not one of my favourite games, but the visual style is one of my favourites in any video game. Yeah. I've actually tried to play it through fully a few times and just got bored with it.
Yeah.
It's not that phenomenal of a game, but the graphics are really nice. And then the Switch came out, and I didn't think I'd get that either. And then me and my girlfriend were watching a YouTube video of somebody playing Zelda, and we went to Leeds the next day. We were going to buy loads of shit. We were just going to have a treat yourself day. And treat yourself. little Parks and Rec reference there. And then halfway through shopping, we went into game and we saw Zelda sat there, and Candice just went. Candice is my girlfriend. She just went, "Should we just get a Switch instead?" So I ordered one on Amazon while we were out, and then we just waited for it.
You gotta love modern capitalism.
Yeah, I
I fucking love Amazon. You just out and about like, oh, fancy buying that for myself. I'll just go on my phone.
I know, it's
one-click delivery. Like, it's coming the next day with Amazon Prime next day delivery. Awesome.
I love Amazon. Amazon are doing some great things.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, I trusted eBay more than Amazon for so many years.
One of my first experiences with Amazon is, I've told you this story a million times, but I bought a PlayStation 3, the Slimline console, and I ordered it on a Saturday at like 9 p.m. and it arrived the next day at like 9 a.m. And I was like, no fucking way. It's never been that good every time I've ordered from there after that, but I was just so impressed.
That was enough. They knew you were a new customer. They ramped things up for you.
So yeah, that was my first experience, and I was like, I'm never buying anything from anywhere ever again.
Well, there was also the fact that where we used to buy games, they fucked us over a few times. So
fucked me over more times.
Yeah.
It was Mass Effect 3. I pre-ordered the collector's edition. For it to arrive the day it came out, it arrived the day after. No excuse why. I even paid for next day delivery.
Didn't you get your PS4 from the game as well, and there was some complication with that?
Yeah, as soon as the PS4 was announced, like the next day I was on there pre-ordering it, and by the time it came out, I was sat all day waiting for it, so excited. I was like a kid at Christmas.
Oh my god.
And then I got an email
saying,
painful. Sorry, you didn't pre-order soon enough, so you didn't reserve a copy. It was, I swear down, it wasn't even 24 hours later.
It's like watching E3 with Amazon, with Game Open.
Yeah, so yeah, there was like, you didn't pre-order soon enough, so we couldn't reserve a copy. You'll get one in the next month when stocks become available. Luckily, I got one like half a week later, so
yeah,
it wasn't too bad. But
I think we're going off track a bit. Yeah.
Switch.
It's
very powerful. It's got that. Is it NVIDIA? It's not. Is it a Tegra? It's a Tegra chip, I think. It doesn't matter anyway.
It's good.
It's very powerful for a handheld console, because that's essentially what it is. It's not it's not a proper console. It's a handheld one.
It's quite possibly the smartest decision Nintendo's made in a long time, because they've always dominated handheld.
Oh, without a fucking doubt. The home consoles have always been abysmal in sales, but the handhelds have always just been the best performers in the market. It's kind of weird though, because like they'll release a DS, then they'll release like a 3DS, and then a 3DS XL,
a 2DS,
and now a 2DS, 2DS XL. But all of those, even though the
new 3DS, new 3DS XL, new 2DS, new 2DS XL.
So even though all those are technically different consoles, they're all come together under just the DS, and so the sales for those are fucking phenomenal. Yeah,
it's difficult to compare that with other consoles because they've sort of fucked the system a little bit there. Yeah.
So yeah, it's really smart from them to release this as a handheld / home console, because now they can just have it under two banners basically.
It's not just that though. They've made some really incredible decisions in all the IPs. Like you were saying earlier, you said that they just wanted to pump out more games using the same formula, and they did that for years. Pokemon games, they did so many that were just the same game. They would do so many gyms. There's so many Pokemon to capture. We've added 100 more to make it harder. Some of them you can't get unless you go to a game on a certain day.
They were doing copy and paste games before fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think the first time they broke that was probably with Zelda on 3DS.
I never played it, obviously. My relationship with Nintendo being rockets.
Well, Zelda games have always been very linear.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like about it.
You do Dungeon 1, Dungeon 2, Dungeon 3. But and you'd get a weapon in Dungeon 1 that'd let you do Dungeon 2. And you get something in Dungeon 2 that'd let you do Dungeon 3.
Yeah.
And what they did in the 3DS version is they made it so you can go to whichever dungeon you want. And there was this little rabbit character who you could rent weapons from.
Yeah.
So you'd say, fancy doing this dungeon, so I'll go rent the weapon from him for that dungeon, and then you can go do it. If you couldn't do that dungeon, it was a bit too difficult for you. You want to try it again later. You go back, give him his weapon back, and get a different weapon, and go try a different dungeon. And it was completely free roam, and I absolutely loved the game for that.
Yeah.
And then from there, they did the same thing with Pokemon. Well, it's not less linear. It's not the exact same thing, but they revamped it, they reworked it, they changed everything about it.
And then the new Zelda is
on a whole of a level.
There's nothing linear about it. Like the only linear part, I suppose you can say, is like right at the beginning where you have to wake up and walk out of the room.
Yeah.
Then once you're there, you don't have to talk to that old man really. I mean, you can go and explore the Great Plateau for a bit.
Yeah.
And then and then you've got to obviously get.
There's a bit of a tutorial, but after that, it's
but there's like you don't have to run straight up to him and talk to him. You can go and like explore and shit like that, and then go. You have to do is it one of the first like trials or something like that? Oh yeah, no, you go.
No, Zelda.
Yeah, you go find the tower, and the tower rises up, and then eventually he'll come and talk to you.
Yeah.
Which I really liked about it.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go and talk to him. Sit, just button mash through a fucking dialogue.
Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day because the new Uncharted came out, and I was playing that, and I kept like getting pushed off things, like places I wasn't supposed to go. Like I'd walk up to a bush and there was like a hard wall there now.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about how in Zelda, it never feels like that. It never feels like there are places you can't go. There's certain surfaces you'll slide off or whatever. But nearly everything you can climb.
Yeah.
There's nothing to stop you. You can really pretty much go everywhere.
Very vertical game.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Uncharted though, it wasn't sold as like a open world experience.
No, I know, but that's what made me think about it.
Yeah.
Was the fact that Zelda doesn't really have that immersion breaking boundary to it. It's very free and very open.
It's a fucking phenomenal game. I love it. Easily one of my favourites.
Yeah,
which
definitely.
Every time I say that out loud, I'm just shocked that I'm saying that.
That you love a Zelda game.
And I love a Nintendo console.
Yeah.
The only Nintendo console I've played a lot is the Wii because
family.
Because of family. Every Christmas we get slaughtered and we play Mario Party 8. Is it Mario Party 8? I think it's Mario Party 8.
Is it?
It's one of the Mario Parties.
The last one they did before you all went around in a cart together that completely ruined it.
Yeah. So yeah, we get sloshed and we play that.
No, really good Boxing Days for me. That.
Yeah. I want to play after a while. Did I ever tell you that? Because I won.
Yeah, because you won every time, and it.
Because obviously I've been playing games since I was a kid, so I know like I can pick up any game, any console, and I'll be good at it because I just got used to how games play and I know what to look for. And stuff.
Well, yeah, there's certain things that you get used to that you don't even realise that you're thinking about.
Yeah, like when you try and
somebody like your mum picks up a console, and she's like, "What's going on here?"
You try to coach someone through a game and they don't understand that you have to walk and use the camera.
Yeah, that is the worst thing.
Trying to explain like, the right stick, you use it, you look where you want to look, and you walk
they'll walk somewhere and then they'll stop and start looking around, and
it's frustrating for both parties because how the hell are you supposed to explain?
It's just second nature.
There's no trick to it. It just happens. It's like the opposite now. I'll go back and I'll play a game that doesn't have camera control, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is infuriating.
Go back and try and play GoldenEye on the N64 or Tomb Raider, the first Tomb Raider on PlayStation 1. Yeah. And the camera control is just so difficult to get used to.
I think one of the recent ones, I think it might have been a Metal Gear Solid game for the Vita. Like I had really dodgy camera controls.
Metal Gear Solid on the Vita?
Yeah, they released. Is it?
It was a remaster of Metal Gear Solid 3, and it had really weird camera controls.
I think it was 2 and 3.
Yeah, it was.
2 is Sons of Liberty, not Sons of Liberty. Is it called that? What's the one with the?
You play Raiden, yeah.
Yeah, it was that pack. The two of them. Yeah. And that had really infuriating camera controls. Yeah,
it was really quite difficult. After a while, you get used to it, but then you go back and play a normal game, and a more modern game, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, but
come a long way.
I'll tell you what, camera didn't suck. The camera in Zelda.
Exactly.
Segue.
Nice way to segue back to what we were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love it, man. The one thing that annoyed me about Zelda games is, now that I've played many of them, but I've watched people play them, they open up a chest, and you've got to sit there for the next fucking 5 days waiting for the jingle to stop playing and the camera to stop rotating. And the only thing that was like this in this Zelda was
powering up the slate.
When you power up the slate, yeah.
Which is only like 6 times.
Yeah, through the whole game. So you have to deal with it.
But when you go back and play the game again, it's still annoying.
Usually. Yeah, and there's so much to talk about it. Like, I love everything about it. Like, I love Trap Link. That was amazing. I got a screenshot of my Vita, my Switch. So, yeah.
What episode is this?
It's the Switch episode. We talked about PlayStation and all sorts.
Yeah,
It's a Switch episode. Let's switch things up.
Yep, switch it up.
Yeah. So yeah, Trap Link, totally adorbs. I actually really like that scene where you get the clothes and there's that guy that gave you them, and like a gust of wind comes along and blows it, and his fucking mask falls off. I think Link's just all like, what?
Yeah,
that's awkward. Love that scene. Yeah, I love that you can just, as soon as you get off that plateau, they don't tell you where to go. They don't say, follow this fucking line on the map. You know, you can go and do.
Well, they do. They give you some direction because some people need it, but they don't force you.
They say
if you want,
go to Kakariko
if you fancy
Village.
It. Yeah.
They don't say, yo, Kakariko Village is right here on this map. Yo, we'll put a fucking GPS line towards it.
Yeah.
They just say, go to Kakariko Village, and you're like, well, where the fuck is Kakariko Village?
There's a little yellow marker.
There's a yellow marker.
It comes up on the compass, but obviously you could turn it off. You could do different quests.
Yeah, it's not very helpful on the compass. You got to actually look on the map itself, and then you're like, all
and
right,
there's no
so
map
it's there. So if I walk there, it's my first left, and then I've got to take a right. I've got to climb this and that.
Well, the map's not there, so you're like,
exactly.
so head in this direction.
You've got to do the whole Ubisoft thing where you climb the tower and reveal the map, and then you can be like, all right, so now I need to go this way, and then.
Do you think that's why Nintendo let Ubisoft do Mario X Rabbids? Because they were like, you stole our tower shit.
Oh, yeah,
what are you going to give us? We want Mario.
I don't know, maybe. I won't put it past them. But yeah, and that's what I liked about it. It didn't hold your hand. It was like you had to find your own way. It told you where to go, but it didn't say how to get there.
Yeah.
And then once you went to Kakariko Village,
well, you don't even get there. You don't. The first time you try to get there, there's so many things grabbing your attention. And
I know.
It gives you ADHD. You don't go in there with it. You come out with it.
Group horses, and you're like, I need a horse.
Yeah.
And you run over there, and they fucking run off, and you're like, right now, I need to sneak to a horse. I need a horse. And you spend ages getting a horse, and then you find something else. You're like, oh, I need to go over there, see what that is. When you eventually do get to Kakariko Village, your next quest marker is defeat Ganon.
Yeah.
And you're like, now.
And you get another quest, which is to recruit the champions.
Yeah, the champions, tame the divine beasts.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
But it puts 4 markers on them.
Yeah. And then you don't even have to do that. You can just go straight up and beat Ganon. It's a lot harder.
Yeah.
But, I haven't done that yet. I have beat Ganon, but I've got all the divine beasts, and it was awesome.
I'm sort of like, I've got one more divine beast and Ganon to be on the master mode. I've obviously beat it once already. I got all the armor and maxed it all out on my first playthrough, and tried to do it on my second playthrough. I was like, oh, it'll be easier because I'll gather things on the way and I'll know what I need to keep and what I don't need to keep. But also, I just can't be arsed. It is a bit of a faff.
Maxed out all the armor yet. I want to get all the memories, but I haven't got them all yet.
Yeah.
I was soaked for doing it, but then like work just gets in the way and stuff. So I was like, the least I need to do is beat Ganon and see what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try not to say any spoilers, but the game's been out for a while now. If you haven't played it, then I didn't want you here. No, spoiler free. But like, the inventory system is awesome because I mean you can always have like too many weapons and you can't pick any more up. But I mean like armor, you can just fucking collect that for days. And then there's like all your materials, so many materials, and you can stack those up to like, was it 999 or is it 9,999?
I don't know.
You can stack them up for fucking forever. And it's really refreshing after like playing games where like Oblivion, Skyrim, where you find a really cool sword that you want to like maybe you just sell it or maybe use it. You pick it up and you're like, oh shit, you can't fucking move now. What are you gonna do, bitch?
Yeah.
So it was really refreshing not to like worry about weights and stuff.
Well, I really like the amount of armor in it. Like, if you want me to love a game, put stuff I can collect in it. Like, not like Ubisoft does, where it's like, oh, we've hidden 9,000 flags across all of Italy, go and find them all. I don't care. Yeah. They're all the same flag, why should I give a shit? But with all the armor in Zelda, and then it's like, oh, you can level up the armor individually. Of course I'm going to want to do it. I won't want
Yeah.
to stop. This is why I love Pokemon. This is why I played Overwatch so much, because all the shit to collect.
It's funny that, because like the only thing you didn't do, you didn't do the compendium, but like the only other thing that you didn't do was collect all the seeds.
Seeds. Oh, the Korok seeds.
The Korok seeds, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the Ubisoft flag shit. Yeah.
Seeds. Maybe that's why as well. They're like, yo, you still got towers and that bullshit.
Collectibles.
Yeah, I love Zelda. If you haven't got Zelda or a Switch, go out and buy them. Like, what are you doing?
There is something that Zelda did to us. It gave us an illness, gave us an infection, and we started buying Amiibo.
Yeah.
And I never thought I would buy into that bullshit. And I've got some. I've got Amiibo. And every time I'm in town, I walk past the game store, I'm like, oh, hang on, Candice, I just need to check in here and see if they've got any Amiibo going cheap.
Yeah. I got like 5 of them in a month, and only 2 of them were like in season. Like,
yeah.
I had to get like a £20-odd one from Japan, which was Cali. And then I bought Mari from Amazon.
Mm-hmm. And Cali is everyone's favourite, so it sells out pretty quick. I want a Cali. I don't even have a Mari.
I've got both, mate. I love it.
I want the little Inkling. The squid form Inkling.
Yeah,
I've got both female
I got
Inklings.
those. I've got obviously the first generation female.
And second generation.
Female. I think I've got first generation male. I'm gonna get.
Have you? I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, I've got first generation male.
What gear do you get for that?
I'm not sure. Samurai helmet, I think maybe. I want to get second one, and then obviously the 2 Inkling things.
Yeah.
I think that's all of them from the Switch.
You get power armor from them. Look like Samus Aran.
Yeah. And then I've got Zelda and Link from Breath of the Wild saved in my basket. I'm going to get those at some point. And then when those champion ones come out, I'm getting them all.
I'm going to have to pre-order Urbosa. The second it's announced.
Fucking love Urbosa.
Well, it's been announced, but second it's on Amazon to pre-order. Yeah.
So yeah, we've talked about Zelda a lot. Should we go on to like Mario Kart?
Well, actually, before we go into Mario Kart, Zelda was one of the first games that we got, but at the same time, I got a smaller game, something I could play multiplayer, because the big thing about the Switch was the controller splits into 2 controllers,
which is awesome.
Obviously I wanted to try that out, so I got Snipper Clips. Because everyone on the internet was like, "Oh, Snipper Clips is so great, it's so unique, it's so
best thing since fucking sliced bread."
I was disappointed.
It was fun for a while.
For a day.
For like a day.
You finish the story, which is much quicker than you think.
I didn't even know there was a story.
Well, the quests,
the challenges.
Yeah,
levels,
no, there isn't a story. That might make it better though. But yeah, you finish that in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
If you're not good, they were kind of boring quests as well. Like it was a nice little gimmick to play around with for a while.
Yeah.
And then you get to the last one, and it's stupidly hard for no reason, and it just makes you angry, makes you hate the game even more. We had to Google how to do it, and the guy that we saw doing it on the video had come up with some way to break the game just to do it, because even he didn't know how to do it. So
yeah, I thought it was alright. Like you said, it was for a day. You could tell we were getting bored though, because I just kept chopping everyone up until they died.
Exactly. Yeah, the new people would do that though, because they put a dojo mode in it. Well, I complained on the internet that I didn't like it, that I was disappointed I spent 18 quid on 3 hours worth of gameplay, and somebody came back and went, "What about party mode?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe I was wrong, I didn't know there was a party mode." Played that for 20 minutes. There's fuck all to do in it, and it's boring. But yeah, I'm disappointed with that. That's all I wanted to say. We can go on to Mario Kart now.
Mario Kart 8, which is awesome. I feel like we're going to say that about everything that's here. Awesome. Yeah. We should probably talk about the downfalls of Switch at some point, just to even it all out. We don't want to be totally fanboys.
Yeah, okay. Mario Kart, though, I played it on the Wii, probably more than any other Wii game.
Yeah.
I've finished it like 3 times, like from start, collected all the characters, all the carts and stuff, and done 200cc and all this other... 150cc. 200cc is new in it.
Yeah, I think so.
So when they announced it was coming out on the Switch, I was like, oh yeah, Plus, the only multiplayer game I had was Snipper Clips, and fuck that.
Oh, I was at your house again. I think you'd had it for like a day or two.
Yeah.
I wasn't there when that came. Like, I'm not just going to be there.
No, I had it for a day.
Yeah, and then I came over to chill out.
And I said, let's do all 40 races back to back.
It's 48, innit?
48 races.
Back to back, and I was like, fucking yes. Which was shocking, because, like, I'm not normally up for shit like that.
Yeah.
But I fucking loved it.
I expected you to just sigh and be like,
alright, fuck me.
Gotta let Connor choose what we do sometimes.
Yeah. But no, I fucking loved it. I got absolutely raped by the CPU though. Like,
yeah.
Everything that could go wrong was happening to me. We had a little joke where we changed Murphy's Law or Lash's Law.
Yeah.
Because it was just, everything bad was happening to me.
Well, Mario Kart is Murphy's Law, the game.
Yes, definitely.
There's always one person that just gets fucked by everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, despite that though, you scream and shout at the TV and you want to punch your best friend.
But it's so fun.
It's so fun though. Like, it's weird. Like, it's frustrating, but it's a fun kind of frustrating, which doesn't make sense. But it's Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It's design. I'm pretty sure they design it like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got my own copy of it, and like, then I came back to yours, and I was just fucking trouncing you, mate. You were the one that was getting everything.
Destroying me. Well, I think you waited quite a while to get it, and I'd stopped playing it by then.
Yeah.
So when you came over, you were in the same position I was in when you first played it.
Yeah. What I did though as well is I turned off the smart steering.
Yeah.
And so I let my skills. I was fucking atrocious at first, but I let my skills build up without it.
Yeah.
And then when I turned it on, I didn't have to think about anything. I just blind around the tracks.
Well, the difference is that you knew about smart steering because you played it with me.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what it was at first.
You over, so.
I didn't, and then as soon as I turned it off, I just couldn't play it anymore.
Yeah.
And I felt like bad, but I was like, no.
It's not like we're starting an esports team.
Yeah, exactly.
Our game is fucking Mario Kart.
Yeah, I was thinking it's Mario Kart. I'm not getting paid money to be good at it.
We're not streaming.
I'm playing it to enjoy it.
Breaking any world records.
And I played it for a long time. In between it coming out and the DLC, for Master Mode for Zelda coming out, I played it every day for 2 hours because I have an hour and 20-minute bus ride there and back. So that's what I would do on the bus every day. And honestly, I did eventually get bored of it, but it took a very long time.
Yeah, I got bored of it as well, but it's because Splatoon came out, mate.
Yeah, Splatoon.
That's such a good game.
Yeah. We'll get onto that.
We will get onto that. But, like, yeah, my experience with Mario Kart, obviously, is the same experience I have with Nintendo itself. Like, I only played it every now and then.
Yeah.
At friends' houses.
Mm-hmm.
The most I ever played it, though, was your house a few years ago, where we did it in DUI mode.
Yeah.
So we
well, no, it's not actually a mode.
It's not a mode.
You can't turn on driving under the influence mode.
No, we got our alcoholic beverages,
and
then we sat down. It was me, you, and our good friend Dylan.
Dylan, who we haven't seen for about a year now.
And then yesterday we just, you got to pull over if you want to drink. You can't drive and drink at the same time.
Yeah. And you have to finish your pint before you finish the race.
Yeah, so like one of the common strategies to do is to like pull immediately over to the side when the race starts, or just don't go at all.
Yeah.
And then just down your pint and then fucking go.
Yeah. Or
which works out
pull over at the end and down your pint if you're far enough ahead.
Which works fine for like the first few races.
But then once you're pissed.
But then once you're just absolutely hammered, you just yeah. It's a fun game. I like it in that mode.
No, we should do that with the Switch. We haven't done that with the Switch.
We should do it with the Switch. It's not like we've got... The thing as well is, like, did you only have 3 controllers for it? Or, I remember something about controllers, like... but like, we obviously don't have that problem with the Switch, because I've got one, you've got one, and both of them come with 2 controllers. Plus we've got the Pro controllers.
Yeah, we both got a Pro controller. Yeah.
So we can invite, like, the whole street to come and play with us.
Yeah, because it's 8-player, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I think it's only local 4-player. But we have 2 Switches.
Exactly.
I don't know if it works like that. Be interesting.
It would be interesting.
But then, one group of 4 would be on the TV, and the other group of 4 would be huddled around the little Switch screen.
Well, no, we're getting off track. But I mean, like, if we're gonna do this, I'll bring my dock. You can set up a monitor.
Yeah.
And we'll have 2 TVs.
Yeah.
Make it fair. So yeah. Do you want anything else to be said about Mario Kart?
Just that's another. When I said earlier, if you want me to love a game, put loads of shit in it to collect.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. There's a lot to collect.
I like the design's really simple as well. Like, I mean, it's obviously not a product of Mario Kart. It's a product of Mario itself. But like everything in Mario, you see the shape of it, it's silhouette or whatever, and it's like immediately recognizable.
Well, I've collected all the vehicle parts except 2 gold ones. I've got gold Mario and I've got the gold paraglider.
Yeah.
So there's gold wheels and gold body that I need.
Oh, I stopped playing long before that.
I think to get them all you need like 3,000 coins.
Yeah.
And I've got like 500, 1,500, something like that.
If it had like an achievement system or a trophy system.
Yeah. That is the downfall of the Switch.
It would be done already. I would have done it. So yeah. Splatoon. Splatoon. I never played Splatoon 1, but Splatoon 2.
Not me neither, because it didn't have a Wii U.
Exactly. Who did? Apparently quite a few people actually. There was quite a good... Apparently when Splatoon 1 came out, it wasn't immediately popular, but then a following eventually built up and it was popular. But Splatoon 2, that was immediately popular.
It's so good.
It's amazing. I love it.
It's got
It's so when you look at it from the outside as a non-gamer or whatever, it looks childish and silly, but it's really genius. Like it's like if I were to say to someone like, "Oh, do you want to play Call of Duty, but you don't kill people?
You shoot ink on the ground.
You've got to mark your territory." They're all like, "What the fuck kind of game is that?" No way. I want to take my vertical sniper. I want to see someone's head explode.
I want to jump in the air, turn 360 degrees.
Yeah, I want to 360 no scope some people. So yeah, like right off the bat, it doesn't sound like a good game. But when you start playing it and you're just inking up the ground and your OCD kicks in.
Exactly, I was going to say that.
It just feels so complete.
Well, the thing is, my girlfriend's actually got OCD.
Yeah.
Like, proper OCD, not just, I need my pins to be in the line or whatever. So when she's playing it, she struggles because she has to have every single, like, pixel on the ground, that colour. So she'll spend most of the match in the home base making sure everything is covered.
It does, it triggers my OCD a bit though, like when you spend ages inking up the ground, it's perfect, it's a nice sheet of whatever colour your team is. And then like an explosion happens or someone tries to snipe someone and a little tiny splodge just lands on you like
that's mine, bitch. Get off.
But it's really fun. There's the multiplayer online is obviously where it's all built around, and it's really smooth.
It's massively flawed.
Is it though? I mean,
how hard is it when we want to play together?
Oh well, yeah, that is flawed. Like, there's no lobby system, there's no
chat system,
which is also a downfall of the Switch itself.
Yeah.
But there's no you can't really invite your friend in, send out invitations, and start a party.
I was I was really hoping they would fix that with an update, but it looks like they won't because apparently Splatoon 1 was just as difficult.
Right.
They never fixed that. I don't know.
They've gone in a new direction. I have faith that they might do that. But if you're not trying to play as a group of friends and you just go in and you want to just splat some people in the face with something, then it's very satisfying. It's amazing. It can be frustrating, but like good frustrating.
Yeah.
Like Mario Kart. Again.
Yeah.
And it is honestly fun. I haven't done much of the ranked battles.
I've done a bit. On one of the game modes, my little progress bar at the top has a crack in it, and I don't know what that means. So I don't want to play the game mode anymore in case something bad happens.
It might be like in Overwatch. I don't know how many seasons they've had it, or if it's always been there. But like when you get to a certain rank, I think it's like diamond.
Yeah.
Or gold.
Uh-huh.
If you don't play it for like 3 days or like 7 days or something like that, your rank starts going down.
It's not that. It cracked because I lost a match.
Right.
Because your progress bar goes up when you win, but it doesn't go down when you lose. But I lost like 3 games in a row and a crack appeared, and I was like, okay, I'm not playing anymore.
It just kicks you out like, yo, you can't play this ranked match for like 7 days.
Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, I haven't played much ranked. Obviously, I've not played League. Played League as well.
Yeah. Although apparently it's easier to play with a friend in League.
It is, which is weird. You've got to go through rank by yourself.
You've got to earn the ability to play with a friend.
Yeah. But what I have played quite a bit and enjoyed with a friend is the Salmon Run.
Salmon Run. Oh.
That is so frustrating. Like, because what happens, right, for people who aren't in the know, it's a 4-player co-op mode.
Survival.
So it's a survival, like a wave survival thing. And they've got bosses in it and stuff. And the whole idea is you've got to collect little eggs, fish eggs, and put them in a basket. And the map changes as well, like the water raises and lowers and stuff. So
you can't go in the water.
You can't go in the water.
This might not be obvious because you're a squid.
It's squid, but
you can't.
Squids, after the downfall of humanity, and they've evolved to be the next dominant race, somehow lost the ability to swim.
Except in ink.
Yeah. Maybe it's something to do with the density, the viscosity. I don't know.
Let's not get too deep into that.
Too deep. Yeah. So you collect fish and all that, fish eggs, but the thing about it is it's not on permanently. It's only certain days.
Yeah, that's a bit fucked.
I haven't seen it enough to see what the pattern is.
I ain't seen every time I've been on by chance. I don't get to go on very often. It's not on, and I want it to be on.
Yeah. But yeah, so like it's on every now and then. Like it's on every week, but I mean I don't know the
it's like a couple of days a week or something.
Yeah, it's like it's on for a few days, and then off for a few days, and then a few days. But the thing is when it's on, the weapons that it gives you have cycled. There's 4 weapons, and when you finish a round, everyone swaps weapons. Yeah. And it's and every week it's random weapons. So like 1 week you could get all the best weapons, and it'll be super easy. Next week you might just get the paint bucket sloshes and the fucking rollers or something.
Yeah, well, last time we played it was like that. There was no useful weapons.
No, yeah, there were two of the rollers. One was that paintbrush thing, the octobrush, and that roller.
I think we had a slosher.
Yeah,
and the ink Gatling, squid Gatling thing,
and that was it.
Which is, you have to charge it up. Which was the problem with it.
You can't single fire it, but don't do the right amount of damage.
It was the only ranged weapon, and there was a lot of bosses that needed to be killed with ranged weapons. Like the fucking Iron Head, the Steel Head, or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Whenever I had it, I was just running straight towards him. I won't killing anything or doing anything else. I went straight towards that boss, charged up my gun, and killed him in like 3 seconds flat.
Yeah, but then there's 2 people that aren't us
that won't do that. Yeah, they'll be getting sidetracked, and we'll get just fucking raped.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a really fun mode in Splatoon. I really like that mode. And I do like multiplayer as well. It's frustrating trying to, be on the same team and stuff. And then even if we are in the same game, it's not guaranteed that we'll be on the same team. So like, I mean, I don't want to call you out, but I'm definitely the better shot when it comes to games like that.
Well, this is what I was gonna say.
So whenever we do split up the teams and you're on a different team, I always win. Yeah. And I start feeling bad for you.
Yeah, that's my main problem. Like, the multiplayer system is probably quite cool for people, like when you eventually get into a game with your friend, it's probably quite cool that you're not always on the same team. For people who are of an average skill level. Yeah. But because you're some kind of like next level pro, nearly every game you pick up. Yeah. And I'm just an average gamer.
Well, you grew up on Nintendo games.
Exactly.
I grew up on PlayStation games and first-person shooters. So my skills just,
Well, it's been like that since I met you.
Exactly.
As we talked about in the last episode. Yeah. We played Halo 3 all the time.
Any game, any first-person shooter, hand me a sniper and I'm just going to fucking decimate the enemy team.
Are unreal. This really frustrates me in all FPSs when there's a sniper on the other team who's your level of sniper. And I'm like, that's so unfair.
Yeah.
it's because you can't beat that. You can only beat that if you magically find somebody who is your level of a sniper to combat that.
Yeah. That's what I like about Overwatch, mate. Whenever there's an enemy widow, I fucking switch off the widow and it's like, right, this game's no longer about capturing points. It's about me killing this one widow. There's only one widow. There is a sniper in Splatoon, but it's not very great.
Yeah, you got to charge it up.
It's not great because it's third person.
It's also not great because the game's not about getting kills.
Yeah.
If you've got a good team of 3 other people who've got good coverage weapons, like a roller, and I don't know, just a dual splatters or something.
Yeah.
Then okay, be a sniper, because if you can wipe out the other team, then your coverage teammates can mark your territory.
There's definitely weapons that require you to be a beast at killing, so that you can give your teammates who have like the roles and stuff
the chance
more
to
chance
cover
to cover the ground without having enemies come up behind them and gank them.
This is one thing that people playing Overwatch need to understand, that when you pick up a weapon, you can't just pick it up because it looks cool. You're accepting a responsibility.
Yeah.
If you pick up the splat roller, don't go around hunting people. Granted, it's kind of easy to kill people with that, but I'd say it's more for defense. Yeah. What you want to do is make sure the base is covered, and then start covering ground.
Well, you also get a speed boost when you're rolling with the rollers. So.
Exactly, it's the same with the Octobrush. Yeah, the Octobrush, you run as fast as you swim. Yeah. If you're painting.
Yeah, so that's what you want to do, but like I see some people going off the offensive with it.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's same with a sniper. You'll see people like sniping the ground. It's like, what are you doing?
One match with this guy who was a beast with that sniper, mate. He was, I swear down, he was missing like maybe 1 in every 9 shots or something. It was fucking awful. It made me want to pick the sniper up and get good with it again.
Yeah.
Like, well, not again, but get good with it in that game.
Yeah.
Because the sniper is my favourite in most FPSs.
Well, one of the other flaws about Splatoon is you can't switch out your weapons.
No.
Without quitting the lobby and then rematch making.
When you're scanning an amiibo, it does say that you can do that in a lobby as if you scan the amiibo or something like that.
But but it's just in the lobby. Like once you've match made, you can't change your weapons. Which is stupid, because if you're in a match and you're like, okay, they've got those weapons, we've got these weapons, that's why we're getting fucked up, so I should switch to a sniper or a roller and we'll win. But you can't do that. You've got to quit out and then rematch make, and then you've got a whole different group of people.
I mean, yeah, it is frustrating. Maybe they wanted that to be a thing so that you couldn't. So you pick up,
you had
pick
to
a
commit.
weapon and you had to commit. But yeah, that is fucking frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you'll get put on a team where you got a team of 3 guys and they've all got the fucking slosher can things, and you've got like splat dualies or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, shit.
Well, that's another thing, because you don't know what your team's gonna have. So if you pick up a slosher and you're like, okay.
I had a match where like all 4 of them had like slosher type weapons. One had a roller, the other 3 had like the other 2 had a slosher, and some other guy had
Octobrush
or something like that, right? They were all defensive weapons, but they were just covering so much ground. We didn't have a chance. We were killing them so fast.
But it's not like you can plan that ahead. Maybe that's why they do it. Maybe that's why matchmaking is so impossible, like, to team up with your friends, because you could be like, alright, all of us sloshers, let's roll.
Maybe.
Because then you're on the other team, and you're like, oh shit. I like to convince myself that there's some kind of formula as to when they put, like, say, when we're together and they put you on the other team. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, maybe we're too good together, so they have to split us up so the teams are more equal. But it's not like that at all.
No, because like you'll have one guy who's consistently good, no matter what team he's on or whatever, and then like there'll be another guy that joins and he's really good as well. They'll fucking put them together.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
constantly.
Fuck off.
And then they'll put you with those 2 guys.
I mean, no,
so there's 3 guys who are absolutely killing it at the game, and then I'm stuck. Pretty shit at it with 3 other guys who aren't very good.
It's not happened much for me. I'm probably always that guy who joins and gets put with the other good guy. Yeah. It was like, I look at my stats and like, I forgot how many matches I played, but my win ratio is like, maybe like I win 5 matches and then lose 1.
Mine is like, lose 5 matches and win 1.
I'd really, like, you get a little rank on your weapons, don't you?
Yeah. Freshness rating.
My freshness rating was like 28 or something like that. It was fucking awesome.
Mine's like constantly dry.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Splatoon.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things in it, but a lot of bad things.
Story mode. We didn't even talk about story mode.
Story mode is good.
Yeah, I really like story mode.
I'm working on 100% in it, but it's starting to get a bit stale now. Do the same thing over and over.
Yeah, the fact that you've got to go through it every time with a new weapon.
Yeah. There's so many levels and so many weapons that at a certain point you're like, I'm not even making progress.
Yeah, and that weapons are like, well, the levels are made so that certain weapons are good for them.
Yeah.
So like I want to get the splat dualies, the hero versions of them, but
I've got them.
Have you? I don't know. I might have. I don't know. I can't remember if I finished it. But like the sniping, when the sniper gets introduced, and you got the sniping sections where you got to snipe those things.
It's not just with the dualies though. It's with every weapon. I've done that now like 6 times with different weapons.
I've only done with the dualies. So my experience is that it's with the dualies, and like you get to the point where you've got to snipe the thing so you can zip line across, and it's all like, oh, I can see your weapon's not cut out for this. Try throw a grenade. I'm like, fuck off.
And it puts you in some really tight situations where you've got like 3 seconds to throw a grenade at the thing.
And I'm just wishing for Link's ability to jump in the air and slow down time with a fucking bow. But yeah, the story mode's really good. I never played the first one, but I heard it's like basically the same storyline. I
heard the bosses are a million times better in this one.
Yeah. I love the final boss. That were awesome.
Mm-hmm. That was really cool.
I liked the samurai one as well. That was pretty sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Easy.
It's even easier when you're not using the roller.
Yeah.
Like it's like intended.
That's what I was about to say. It was easy with the splat dualies, mate.
I did it with a rapid blaster.
Yeah.
And that was so easy. It was like 3 shots.
Yeah. With certain weapons, you can blaze through the levels so fast. Like most of the levels that I've done with the splat dualies are like under 3 minutes. Some of them are just like straight up like 59 seconds. Yeah. Just because I blazed through it with the splat dualies. But I swear down the sniper ones are going to be the bane of my existence. You know, kill me off.
I've unlocked the hero, the hero rifle. The first thing you get, I don't know what it's called.
The Splash Shot Junior. Is that what it's called?
No, in the story mode.
Oh yeah.
I've unlocked
I think
that.
It's just called the hero rifle.
Okay, well I've got that one. I've got the Splat Julie's hero and the hero blaster because I got really good with the rapid blaster in multiplayer.
Yeah. So
I was like, okay, that's gonna be my
Yeah.
That's my main. And I've nearly unlocked the Brella hero version.
I didn't really like that.
Because nobody had it in multiplayer, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be the first one to have it, and nobody will know how to deal with it, and then they brought one out.
Yeah.
And it's better.
Yeah. So yeah, Splatoon, very good. The end credits. I really enjoyed the end credits.
That was really cool. You're just shooting...
Yeah, there's like a wall of graffiti, but like the opacity is like 40% or something. Yeah, it's very hard to see, and then you just fucking pelt it with paint, and it's so much easier to see. I love that.
Really cool.
And the paint changes colour gradually, like the LEDs and stuff like that, multicolour LEDs, and it was fun. It was so colourful, and like because a lot of credits you just sit there and wait for it to end, but that was like interactive. I kind of wish it went on longer.
Yeah. There've been a few credits like that in games. I can't remember what game it was, but I think it was an on-rail shooter or something. And then in the credit scene, that was an on-rail shooter, and you had to like try and shoot elements of the credits. I can't remember what it was.
Was it an old game? Was it the that House of the Dead Overkill that we played?
Maybe.
That's such a great game.
No, I think it. I think it was.
That?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that game was so amazing. It was so like
cheesy.
But that's how they made it.
I've got it, you know. I've still got it. Oh. We can play it whenever. I don't have that big sniper rifle extension for the Wii remote though.
I've got that.
All right.
My nephew and my nieces play with it. But yeah, they did that typing one as well. Typing
Never Dead.
Typing Never Dead. Yeah. Like that.
But that was based on the first game.
It's the same game. You just got to type words.
But they did one for the first game as well. You remember the one with the "Don't come." Yeah. Voice acting.
That one line, like
suffer like G did.
Yeah, like it was the inflection at the end, like it was a question. I love those games. All the arcade games, aren't they? Yeah. But yeah, the style of that one was the Overkill one was Grindhouse, which is why it was so cheesy, but it was so amazing. Yeah. We're not really off track with that. It's a Nintendo game. Well done. We should probably talk about Mario Rabbids, which I've only got like a first impression of. You've played it longer than I have.
Yeah. Well, you played it today, first time. Yeah. For like 20 minutes. Not even that.
Not even that. So I'll let you start the talk off if you want.
Well, if you follow us on Twitter, which you probably don't at this point.
Please do.
Yeah, please do. It's UT2Cast.
At UT2Cast.
At UT2Cast. That's apparently important.
Totally important. Everyone else does it.
We launched our Twitter around the same time that I got Mario Rabbids.
Yeah.
And the Switch has a nice little feature where you can take screenshots and post them on Twitter. So I've been doing that. Maybe too much.
You have tweeted a lot.
I have tweeted.
It's alright though, I'll go for it, man.
You've tweeted once.
I've tweeted once. I'm not a sort of person that will sit there and be like, oh, I just had a weird thought. I'll tweet that. I'm more of a guy like who will tweet something that's important or like, you know, it means something.
Yeah. So if you see a tweet that's random bullshit and you're like, why would you even tweet that? It's probably me.
Yeah. Where if you see a tweet where you're like, wow, that's just blown my mind. I never thought about that. I'm gonna go sit down for 3 hours and think about that. It's probably me.
Yeah. It's probably Ash.
No.
But yeah, I've been posting about Mario Rabbids quite a lot. I didn't expect to love it, but I pre-ordered it anyway because I'm so in love with the Switch. I just want every game.
It did look good though, from the trailers.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, it looked good. I hoped it would be good, but I had that, because obviously the fucking name Ubisoft, you think that, you're like, oh, glitches fucking everywhere.
Yeah, collectibles, which are in it.
Yeah, I'm glad you bought it first.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the main reason why I got it, actually, my girlfriend is French. And in France, Rabbids are still relevant, like, still super popular.
No way.
The supermarket that her mum goes to, Carrefour, if I probably butchered the pronunciation, they were doing a promotion recently where every time you purchase something, they give you a little pack of Rabbids stickers.
No way.
Like, what the fuck? So, when we got there was this huge stack, like a foot tall, of Rabbids sticker packs. I brought them home with me.
No way.
We threw away all the duplicates, but like we had enough to finish the sticker book. So we're like, oh, we'll go there and buy a sticker book, but the promotion ended, so couldn't buy it anymore. But that was pretty cool. So because of that, my girlfriend is actually into Rabbids, and she likes the Rabbid games. And first time I went to visit her family in France, we just played Rabbids on the Wii.
So weird. I don't think anyone was into Rabbids.
Yeah, I know, but it's just big in France. I think the division of Ubisoft that made Rabbids is the French-Canadian division?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, Ubisoft's like a French company, so maybe they're just supporting the team.
So yeah, I got that because I wanted more games that would interest my girlfriend. So that's why I pre-ordered it. And then I get stuff delivered to work because I live in an apartment block and it's so much easier just to get things delivered to work. So I started playing it on the bus on the way home, and I'm obsessed with it. Like right now, I just have an itch to go home and keep playing it.
Sat on the bus playing it, and you're like, "That's my fucking stop."
Yeah, that happened this morning.
No way.
Yeah, totally. And I was like, "Oh, but I want to finish this fight."
Yeah. My first impression of it was, I skipped all the dialogue and whatnot because like I just wanted to play it.
Yeah.
If I was playing it by myself, I probably would have read it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like once you get past the first few battles, which teaches you all about how things work and whatnot, I can see it being like a pretty decent game. A game that it might not end up being like your favourite game, but like whenever you're talking about games and you want to bring up like a unique game that you really enjoyed and that you've got a soft spot for from that day forward, I could see that being that game. Plus, the graphics are very, very clean, very, very nice looking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really beautiful. When I was watching you play it, and I was seeing you going through the first bits and getting your first abilities and stuff, I started to realise just how many things are in it now at the point where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, you can slide and tackle people and shoot them from a distance. That's all you've unlocked so far.
Yeah.
Whereas for mine, they've all got special abilities. Certain characters can heal. Certain characters can jump onto enemies' heads off of other characters. Certain characters can snipe. Luigi's a sniper. He's got like the Hoover from Luigi's Mansion. It's really addictive gameplay. One of the bosses is a Rabbid version of Donkey Kong.
No way.
And the music in that battle is Donkey Kong Country slowed down. Which I did credit to my girlfriend. I didn't notice that. She pointed it out.
She's really good at music though, and she like you give her a name of a popular movie or game from our childhood,
and she'll just start humming it.
She'll hum the tune perfectly as well. We didn't even talk about the music in Zelda, which we should have, because that's amazing.
People are disappointed with the music from Zelda.
What?
The music from other Zeldas is very iconic, and
the music from other Zeldas is really like, it's always like really triumphant and stuff like that. And like, it's very gamey. I think
from a cinematic point of view, the music for the new Zelda is perfect, is beautiful.
Yeah.
But compared to the other Zelda music, in how iconic it is and how you can hear the first few notes and just immediately hum the rest of the tune, I don't think it's like that. There's a couple of tunes, like when you're fighting a stone talus.
Yeah.
And that sticks in my head for days, just hearing 5 seconds of that.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, yeah.
The noise, the tune that it plays when you figure out a solution or something.
Yeah,
when you progress,
that's still in it, yeah.
That's really good.
That's really iconic. Yeah.
No, I really liked it. Like, a lot of it had very subtle melodies from previous games, so like an homage in it.
Yeah.
Which I really enjoyed, even though I didn't play many Zelda games, but I still understand how iconic those sounds were. But I really liked it. It's a new direction not a new direction. They're going back to the roots.
Yes. Which most people don't realise.
Yeah, because the first game was very non-linear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which I want to play. I want to go back and play it. I hope they do release it on the Switch. It's part of the what's it called? Where they release the old games. I forgot. It's like virtual console.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
So I hope they release those.
Yeah, I'm hoping there is actually a virtual console.
But yeah, so it's like they're going back to the roots. It's like a new style for Zelda because it's been very linear since the first game, and I felt like the music was very, it played very well to that, like because you walk through just like over a hill and it's very quiet. You might hear a few piano notes and stuff.
Well, it definitely fits the theme of the game, which I'm glad the music isn't like other Zelda music because it just wouldn't fit.
Exactly. No, it's I won't say it's a depressing theme, but it's a very lonely sort of like melancholic theme because you're just walking up after 100 years.
Yeah.
Everyone that you know is either dead or very, very old. And
very fucking old, yes.
And you don't have any memories, and it can be very. I imagine it's very lonely for Link, and the music fits that perfectly. How it's very melancholic, very quiet.
Well, that's why the music is so important because Link doesn't emote or talk.
Yeah,
the music does it for you. The music communicates his feelings.
People are upset about the music in Zelda. They need to go to Tarrytown and listen to the music before you start the quest, and then every stage of the quest go back and listen to the music again and see how it changes. Yeah, because every time you go and get like a bird that I forgot what they're called.
Rito.
The Rito. You go get a Rito to live in the village and it adds a nice little flute melody to it. You go get a Gerudo and it adds like a sitar flourish, and it's amazing how they did that.
It is really cool.
Very cool. So people, whoever hates the Zelda music, go back and listen to that.
Yeah.
Although I assume because we want to cater to creatives, I think most people that are creative when it comes to music will enjoy it, because I definitely enjoy it. I think it's very, very genius. Because I don't think they've ever used pianos in Zelda music before, have they? It's always been like flutes and trumpets and stuff.
Yeah.
But the main theme in Zelda is always carried by a piano in this, and I thought that was really good because the piano is such a nice instrument, very, very soft, but it can also be very harsh when you need it. So yeah, Zelda music is very great. Mario Kart music, it's Mario Kart. It's good music.
For like 3 weeks, I had the soundtrack on repeat while I was working.
Yeah.
I just loved it. I've got a bit bored of it now. I didn't get to say, in Zelda, my favourite soundtrack is Cass's theme, and it's my ringtone.
No, yeah.
I absolutely love that.
I love that. It's such a... That's one of the iconic parts of
it's very
that
iconic.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
So there is iconic parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you're walking through the world and you start hearing a little thing in your ear and then you get closer and it's like, that's a fucking accordion. That's Cass. Where the fuck is Cass?
Yeah. There's a puzzle to be done here.
There's a puzzle somewhere. So yeah, that's a really good one. I really like that one as well. Yeah, the music in Mario Kart is
Splatoon.
Very Mario Kart.
Splatoon has very good music.
I want to say though, in Mario Kart, right, one of my favourite levels is, I forgot what it's called, but there's little piano sections.
Yeah, I knew you would love that.
And as you drift over them, it adds a nice little piano flourish, and it fits in so well with the
like a xylophone and a DJ deck and stuff like that.
Yeah, I really like that. So Splatoon.
But Splatoon, in the lore, they have their own bands.
Yeah.
And these bands have their own unique themes. So obviously there's the Squid Sisters. Is that what they're called?
They're called Squid Sisters in the Western market. In Japan, they're called like Seakulls or something like that.
Oh, right, okay. Well, they have their own...
They're not sisters, by the way, they're cousins.
Yeah. They have their own sound.
Yeah.
There's a band that does all the multiplayer music.
Yeah.
Which is different from the band that did all the multiplayer music in the first one.
Mariner and Pearl, who does the multiplayer music.
Yeah, I think so. In the first one, they had a different band that I can't remember the name of.
No, yeah. I think Nintendo have been posting music by Mariner and Pearl on the YouTube channel. I've been listening, it's awesome.
Yeah. Back to Mario Rabbids, though.
I didn't really get an impression of the soundtrack for Mario Rabbids because I didn't play it for long enough.
One of the things about Mario Rabbids is it doesn't feel like a Nintendo game. It doesn't feel like Nintendo made it, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo didn't make it. They just said yes to certain things.
Yeah, they might have produced it.
But it does feel like Ubisoft are big fans.
Yeah.
And especially in the music. Like, they've made their own soundtracks to give the game its own unique feel, but then they've pulled from Mario soundtracks for certain things. Like, when you're at Peach's Castle, it's got the Peach's Castle theme from Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
And obviously the Donkey Kong theme that I mentioned earlier.
I'm sure a lot of the people in Ubisoft are fans of them because...
Who's not? If you develop games, you've got to know about Nintendo.
Now is so old that everyone who's probably working in the game industry now grew up on Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I imagine a lot of people are taking inspirations from like the old Nintendo games and stuff. So they probably are like die-hard fans of Nintendo.
I have a lot to say about that, but there's a certain game that we're going to get to where it'd be perfect to talk about that. So I'll leave that there for now.
Table that discussion. Just put a pin in it.
Yeah, it's a nice pin.
Thank you.
Where'd you get it?
I just pulled it out of my ass, mate.
Oh. I thought you were going to talk about Amazon some more, but never mind.
We can if you want. We could do a whole episode
We'll do an episode about Amazon. Yeah, sure.
If they're going to fucking sponsor us.
Actually, that's a good point. We shouldn't give them free promotion.
They should sponsor us.
They should sponsor us. Mario Rabbids. Mario Rabbids, we're not... Are we done? Are we done talking about Mario?
I haven't played it long enough, so if you want to keep talking about it, then I will sit here and listen and offer opinions and stuff.
I don't know how... there's not enough to say. Like, I just kind of want to say, go play it.
Yeah. All these games, go play it.
Yeah, all of them. In fact, Switch bound. If you've got a Switch,
people have got Switches. I don't know.
Dom, who we mentioned at the start of the podcast, don't have a Switch.
Shout out to Dom.
What are you doing, Dom? Dom, go get a Switch.
We gave him a shout out.
Yeah, he said his son wanted a Switch, and I was like, Dom, you want a Switch. So yeah, you were gonna say, you said something about some like blue shit or something.
A little blue hedgehog.
Yeah.
I think it's called Sonic.
Sonic.
Sonic Mania. Which I've only played the first 3 levels. I didn't even finish the 3rd level because fuck that level is hard.
Second level.
That second level.
The one with the water. Yeah, that's the second level.
I didn't even get past the second level.
I showed you the 3rd level. That's Studiopolis.
Yeah, like you said while playing it, the first level, it's a very particular set of skills. Fucking hell, sound like Liam Neeson. A very particular set of skills. So the skill set is very particular, and I feel like I haven't played a game like that in such a long time, so I need to rebuild those skills.
I wasn't just meaning Sonic games. I mean, retro games in general.
Yeah, retro platforms.
You can't just because you're an absolute boss at modern games doesn't mean you can go back and play any retro game and be absolutely shit at it. And it's the same the other way around.
Yeah, the whole retro platform thing is coming back now, though, so maybe we'll be able to build up our skills again.
Yeah. Well, fuck Crash Bandicoot remaster.
I don't think we should do an episode on that.
No, definitely not.
We should probably do an episode on
PlayStation.
Well,
we do an
just
episode on PlayStation.
We'll
do a Switch episode. We've got to do a PlayStation episode. We'll even do an Xbox episode.
Of course we will. Yeah. We're not biased.
We are. The whole episode will be pretty biased, but
I have a soft spot for Xbox 360. So
well, yeah, we'll talk positively about it. Anyway, that's for another time.
Off topic again. Sonic Mania. When the first screen popped up with Sonic in his little logo thing, that was just so nostalgic.
So the first thing that has to be said about this game before we go on to talk about it anymore is that it's made by fans.
Yes.
And when we were in school, in IT class, people used to send around flash games, so you could play play games instead of doing IT work, basically. And one of the Flash games that always got sent around was a Sonic game that was based on the TV show Sonic Adventure DX. No, that's a game. It was based on the TV show.
Yeah.
So it had characters like Cream the Rabbit in it.
That's such an awful name. Cream the Rabbit.
So yeah, that was one that got sent around a lot. Everybody from our school, like I'm pretty sure most people in England would have played that at some point. The guy who made this game or worked on this game.
Yeah.
He's got his name in the little opening.
Was he the one that made the one that was in that was packaged inside of an Excel file?
Yeah, once they banned Flash at school, we started. Some genius figured out how to put them into an Excel document.
Yeah, I don't even know. I know that I was one of the first people in our school to get the Excel file. And I just bloody blasted that all the way through our school intranet and our little internal email system we had.
Yeah, but it's really cool. It's crazy to see this guy who was making bootleg Sonic games
That's really cool. That
Sega,
I like it when,
like, big up Sega for doing that.
Yeah, I like it when people who are passionate about a game make mods and stuff like that, and instead of the development team and the producers shutting them down, like what recently happened with GTA.
Yeah,
I like it where they'll be like, oh, that's really amazing. I fucking love that you've done that with a game and stuff like that, and they'll be really supportive about it. But like going one step further and hiring them all to make a game that they've all bootlegged and stuff like that, that's just fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it makes me wish that when I was a teenager and I was doing shit like that, and someone did the same shit for me. Like, yo, I'm gonna hire you to make this game, and I'm like, yes, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Yeah. And so I'm really pleased that they've done that.
Me too.
I'm happy for everyone that worked on it, all the fans and stuff. It's like
it's so cool. Yeah, I know. It's like when, well, no, let's go too off track. We'll talk about it another time, probably.
Okay.
But
let's, put another pin here.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, we've got a nice collection of pins there.
2 pins there. Got 3 over here that need putting in other things. So when we get to that, let's put a pin in the discussion about.
We should just get
about pins.
A bigger whiteboard. And every time we'll say, let's put a pin in it, right, we should literally just write it on the board. With like a picture, a little scribble of a pin next to it.
Yes. So, Sonic Mania, made by fans who are super passionate about it. And you don't even have to start the game up to see how fucking passionate these people are. Just let the little intro
thing... It takes
thing...
like 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
10 seconds.
Like one rotation of the brilliant, like, what is it, Mode 7, Mode 8? 3D.
Yeah.
One rotation of that little island and the intro, this little fucking animation by some super fan, it starts playing, and every single frame is beautiful. And there's so much passion that's put into it. You don't see
colourful. It's if you've ever watched any anime show ever. Yeah.
It's like an anime intro.
It's like an anime intro. Like, it's very light-hearted and fantastical. Use that without sounding like a complete douche. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I'd watch it again. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure every time I've loaded the game up, I've just waited to watch the intro.
Very, very well animated.
I should clarify right now that I don't like Sonic. I'm not a Sonic fan. I was really, really into Sonic Adventure 2 because I had a GameCube, and the game was fun.
I always forget the name of it. I had a Dreamcast. I think it was on the Dreamcast.
Probably just Sonic Adventure.
The first level where you're on a little board and you're just going down.
No, that's Sonic Adventure 2.
That's Sonic Adventure 2? Yeah. I'm sure I had it on Dreamcast. I might not have had it on Dreamcast.
Unless they did the same thing. I think they might have done the same thing in Sonic Adventure.
Yeah. By the way, great topic for a future episode. Retro consoles, like Dreamcast. I have a lot to say about the Dreamcast.
Put a pin in. Pin. Running out of pins.
So... Yeah, that was one of the first and only Sonic games that I played.
Back then I was super into Sonic just because of that game. I played it all the time. I once sold it to buy another game and then regretted it and sold the game that I bought to get it back.
I hate that. You're like, I don't need to play that game ever again.
And then you just want to...
I got rid of my PS3 because I was like, I've got a PlayStation 4. I'm never going to want to play a PS3 again. I'm like, I wish I never got
now you got mine.
I do have those. I haven't played in a long time. Because we keep finding games that we want to play with each other on PS4 and it takes up all our time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm not a Sonic fan. The only other game since Sonic Adventure 2 I've enjoyed is Sonic Generations, and that's probably only because of the Sonic Adventure 2 level in it.
Never even played that.
If you look at the ratings for Sonic games, since Sonic Adventure 2, which got like over 70%, none of them have reached like over 60%, except Sonic Generations. And then Sonic Mania is the highest rated Sonic game since Sonic Adventure 2.
It's because, same with Zelda, they're going back to the roots. They know that they had something amazing.
Exactly.
And they've gone back and they're like, we know what people want, they want that.
No, they're not doing that. They're saying, hey, fans who know what you want, who know what the fans want, you do it because you know what you're doing.
So I did it.
They keep trying to reinvent the wheel with Sonic, and you just can't.
There's a really cool story about Sonic. Do you know there's a Sonic skateboarding like sort of game? I think it's skateboarding. It's more like
Sonic Riders.
Yeah, like
on hoverboards. Yeah. I actually loved that. I forgot about that.
There's a whole story behind that. How a different development studio wanted to make a skateboarding game for Sonic, and they were given the go-ahead to do it,
and they stole the idea,
and they didn't, and never replied back to him for like 2 years or something stupid, and stole the idea.
I've seen that.
I mean, it's probably been talked about before. In fact, I think I saw it on a YouTube video. Is it Unseen 64? Shout out to him.
I think I saw it on Digino Gaming.
Yeah,
shout out to Digino Gaming.
Yeah, there's a guy called Unseen 64 who does the Unseen like old games that have been cancelled thing, and I was on the Digino Gaming channel, and that's where I saw it. I think.
Right. Okay.
But that's an interesting topic idea. Games that never made daylight. And
we should start doing podcasts that require research.
Yeah, I'd love that. I love research.
Yeah, I really like the idea of that.
So yeah, I didn't get to play Sonic much. I was more interested in Rabbids. So I will say though that it does look like a game I will enjoy. So pick that up, play it. You'll probably love it.
Yep. I've only played 3 levels.
Yeah.
Same as you, because I did Studiopolis level, loved it, did it again, loved it, did it again, loved it. I just played it. I haven't gone past it because I just can't stop playing it.
You keep finding different things you can interact with.
Yeah, there's so many things to interact with. Like there's these things that you can fall into, which are like the tumblers.
Yeah.
That you do bingo with.
Yeah.
I played the level 3 times without ever seeing one, and then played it again and found 2.
I think I found 2 when I played it.
I played it. You watched me play it. Oh no, I passed it to you.
Yeah. So yeah, get Sonic. Probably a really cool game. I wonder if do you know like on people on Reddit are fucking insane. They've got some right skills and some free time that they can do shit with. Remember when some guy made a 3D map of the first part of the raid in Destiny?
Oh yeah, that was really beautiful.
People do that all the time. They'll make maps of things in games to help people out. Do you reckon someone's going to make like an entire map of that?
Well, what usually happens, especially with old... I don't know if it's actually that possible anymore, but with like old Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy Color games, SNES games, people would rip the map data, and then they'd just piece it together into one big image, and then you could see the entire map. So I don't know if that's possible, but if they were to do that, it would probably be like that.
Yeah, and it'll probably be some guy on Reddit with immense skills and a lot of free time.
A lot of free time. Yeah.
So I'd be really interested in seeing what the big image looks like. Go back and see it all.
Well, we should after this podcast. We should see if somebody's done it.
Yeah.
There might be some way just to record a video of it and then have some software generate like a panorama out of the frames.
Yeah.
In fact, I could do that on Photoshop if I had all the frames.
Yeah.
There's one last thing I want to say about Sonic, based around the fact that it was made by fans. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time with the Nintendo games that are coming out. Like we mentioned earlier, they're breaking out of the formula, especially Pokemon, trying new things. And when I was playing the new Pokemon, Sun and Moon, the whole time I felt like I wasn't playing a game that a company made to make money. I felt like I was playing a game made by me, made by people like me who grew up playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I just had that theory the whole time playing it. Like, it got to a point where I was like, oh wait, that's not even confirmed. I just believe that because it feels so strongly that way. And then Sega did it, and they were like, yeah, we've got fans making a game. And I think that's really instrumental to the changes that Nintendo are making, is the fact that the people grew up playing Nintendo and grew up being disappointed by them repeating the same formula all the time, and now making Nintendo games exactly how Nintendo fans would want them to be.
And that is exactly how I want a Nintendo a Sonic game to be. Just it was very, the first two games, the levels I played were fun until that water bit, and it got frustrating. I could see, like, if I did persevere and triumph over it, I can imagine the feeling I'd get from that would have been amazing.
Well, the first time I tried it when I was playing it out, I didn't have that long to play it, and I got stuck on that same water bit, and I was like, oh, I'll just turn it off, I've got other shit I need to do. And then I came back to it, and I did the water bit, and I'm so glad I did, because Studiopolis is a really cool level.
Yeah.
Just couldn't stop playing it.
That was a cool level. Very colourful as well.
Yeah.
I feel like
they always have that kind of casino level in Sonic games.
Yeah.
But it's like an amalgamation of all casino levels.
I feel like we as humans are like entering this very colourful design stage.
Yeah.
Because Guardians of the Galaxy was one of the most colourful movies I've seen all year. Like, the last Guardians of the Galaxy was the most colourful. This one was even more colourful. Sonic is very colourful. It seems like that's where it's heading.
It's ironic that you say that, because we've got a Guardians of the Galaxy poster there, which is black and white.
Damn it.
But yeah, colour is definitely... I think it's because TVs are giving out colour.
The whole 4K things, like, it's making everyone want to see every colour.
I just said TVs are giving out colour like it's a new thing. I mean, the colour on TVs is better. Like IPS panels, for example.
It's like Oprah, like, you get a colour, you get a colour.
No, in Technicolor.
The Switch red and blue, they're very vibrant colours, and I love those.
Splatoon?
Yeah, Splatoon's colourful. Zelda's colourful as well. That blue shirt he's got, the Champions tunic. I love that. I wear it all the time. But yeah, I wanted the black, the grey controller version of the Switch, because I'm like, I don't want fucking red and blue, mate. The red and blue is like, it's kids' colours.
Yeah.
But I got a red and blue one because it was the only one that was available. Yeah. And then it came and I was all like, they're not that bad. They're pretty cool, I suppose. I still want grey ones. And then I came to yours, and we'd already agreed on swapping controllers.
Because you didn't want them. But you changed your mind, so we went half and half.
So I just gave you... Was it the red one I gave you?
No, I've got the blue one.
I gave you the blue one, and I kept the red one.
Yep.
So yeah, we've both got half and half. It creates a really nice contrast. I really like that. I'm glad I did that. So, any other games you want to talk about?
What other games do I have? Actually, an extension of what you're saying about Sonic, about there being a completely different skill set for retro games. Shovel Knight, which I have on Switch. I love Shovel Knight. I love the music. I love the visuals.
PlayStation as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got it on PS Vita. I got it on PS4, and I got it on Switch. I bought it so many times because I love everything about it, but it's so hard. I can't do it.
Was that a cross-buy though? The Vita and PlayStation?
Yeah, it was.
Right, I was to say if you bought it 3 times.
No.
Although to be fair, we bought GTA 5 3 times, and we got it for PS3, PS4, and PC.
Although we sold them incrementally, so we made a bit of money back.
I wish I didn't sell that for PS4. I kind of want to play it still.
Yeah, I don't PC game anymore, so
no. I bought Last of Us twice as well.
Yeah, I didn't have it, did I? I got it with my PS4.
Yeah. The
only times I played it was with you, even though it's one of my favourite games.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, beautiful. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Pinning that.
That's
our last pin.
I'm pretty sure
we'll have to find some more pins.
We've already got that planned anyway.
Yeah, we've got it planned.
We should do a whole Naughty Dog episode, mate. I fucking love Naughty Dog. My favourite developers.
Interesting you say that. Do you know what the next episode is?
It's Uncharted.
Yeah, we can just make that.
We'll make that a Naughty Dog.
We'll make that a Naughty Dog episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do that.
We should do that.
So, there's no other games you want to talk about apart from some upcoming games like the Mario Odyssey game. That looks fun.
Oh, it looks so good.
It's very creepy that he's walking around like a Mario version New York with fully anatomical humans.
Yeah, it's
and
like
he's running around as a little like chibi fat plumber guy.
It's a big mistake that Sonic, like Sega, made with Sonic. A lot of times, Sonic Adventure and
although
Sonic 06? That's what people call it. I think it was just called Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, he had a romance with a human.
Yeah, I've seen that scene where they make out, and it's very weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
I don't think they make out. Probably just kiss. It's a kid's game.
I exaggerated a bit to make it more weird. Thanks for calling me out on that. To all the listeners, I lie sometimes. It's no big deal. But no, yeah, he kissed a fully anatomical human, and he's first off, he's not even a human himself. He's a hedgehog, and he's very stylized. So
We're insulting a few furries here. You know?
To fuck the furries. So yeah, he's not even human. He's a fucking hedgehog, and it's just weird.
It is weird.
Like, imagine if a human just came along and like planted one on fucking Crash Bandicoot, or it's just not right. It's not supposed to happen.
Yeah. It's a similar uncanny valley.
Yeah,
in Odyssey.
I think it's a small mistake in Odyssey because it doesn't look like you're going to be spending a lot of time there. There are other like hub worlds, weren't there, where it was more in style.
I'm thinking because all the other hub worlds are Mario style, maybe he comes to the real world. Like that's not where he lives. He's not actually from that world. Yeah.
No, it does look like you're going to travel in between worlds a lot. So maybe that's why he's just so weird looking there.
Yeah. He's not actually supposed to be some kind of dwarf human with a huge nose.
With the ability that it throws his heart at people and it possesses them. Yeah. Although there was one of the developers or Nintendo themselves was very adamant that it's not possession. I don't know. Maybe it just
what else could it be?
Maybe just you throw the hat on the head and the hat's all like, listen, I need you to do this thing for me. And they just coerce.
What if there's a little tiny rat inside the hat? And when he throws it on people's head, it pulls the hair, starts making spaghetti and shit.
What about that T-Rex? That T-Rex not fair. Maybe just poking in between the scales.
Oh, the fucking T-Rex though. That trailer, when you just see that beautiful hill and then a T-Rex walks in, you're like, what? Is this a trailer for Ark? What the fuck? And then it was Mario's hat.
Yeah, it caught me off guard as well. I was like, ooh, what's this? There's a fucking, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex there.
Yeah.
And then the little hat pops up and we're like, no fucking way. They did not do that. And then they did. And I was like, I was pleasantly surprised. It looks fun. And I've not said that about a Mario game ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting that. I'm pre-ordering that. I'm going to play it for days.
Usually in Mario games, it seems to be sort of going back to the Mario formula of 64, Mario Galaxy. There's a hub world, you go there, you collect as many stars as you can. Yeah. It looks like they're moons this time. Or maybe there's stars and moons like Sonic Unleashed or something.
Maybe.
You complete a little quest and then you get kicked back to the hub world.
Yeah.
But with this one, it's completely free roam. Going back to Zelda and stuff like that. So you go in there, you get as many as you can while you're in there, can't find some, go to a different hub world.
It's definitely... Like, do you know how PlayStation have that tagline? Is it like, this is for the gamers or something like that? Or just for the gamers?
For the players.
Or for the players or
something like that, yeah.
And like when they announced the PlayStation 4, the very first thing that they made clear was that this was a console for games, for gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Xbox was all like, yo, we can watch fucking TV on it, you can do fantasy football and shit like that.
Yeah.
I think Nintendo are doing something very similar like to PlayStation, and I think their tagline should be something like, back to the gaming roots or something like that, back to the roots. Because I think they're focusing more on the gamers, like the ones that have grown up at least.
Yeah.
I'm glad of that. And Mario looks like a nice example of them going back to the roots and knowing what made something so successful back then and just giving it to us for nostalgia's sake, but also as a way of saying, we get it. We get what you want in games, and this is, we're giving you it.
Definitely feel like that. Definitely.
It's fascinating. So yeah, Pokken tournament. Do you want to say a bit about that?
Yeah.
This is probably more your realm because I'm not a Pokemon fan.
No.
Although I'm hoping with my newfound love for Nintendo and all things Nintendo, maybe I'll start enjoying Pokemon.
Well, if you get a 3DS, you could get into that. But I'm really, really, really like you don't understand how much I'm really hoping there's gonna be a main series Pokemon game on Switch.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be so
I'd
good.
probably get that immediately just so I could play with you.
But yeah, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. It's just in my childhood.
Yeah, I used to take so much piss out of you for that.
Yeah, you did.
Bully you a lot.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll do a podcast about that.
About how I used to just the podcast is like called How Ash Bullies Me.
No, not about you bullying me. About Pokemon.
That is a good episode though. How I bullied you. Pin.
Yep, pin. We ran out of pins. Where'd you get that from?
The pins don't even exist. Look, pin. Oh, pin.
This is beautiful. How are you doing this? You never told me you had this kind of superpower. All you need now is a practical application, other than putting imaginary pins on the table.
I'll put them on seats, on buses.
So you won't be a superhero then?
What I need for you to do now, because it's ridiculous that we're talking about, metaphorical pins. What I need you to do and make it real and have a good story come out of this is the next time you're on a bus going to work, if it's packed full of people, sit down and jump up and scream and be like, there's a fucking pin there. And then sit back down and be like, just my imagination. Or something like that.
But for the benefit of who?
Just so you can tell me about it. It's not for your benefit.
It could have been an imaginary event.
And for the benefit of people that want to listen about it on a podcast.
Actually, you just reminded me, I was on the bus this morning.
Yeah.
And I sat down. And I jumped up in the air, there was a pin in my ass.
That's a fascinating story. I'm so glad you shared that with me.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Pokken tournament, we didn't even get to it.
Tournament.
Right, I'm a Pokemon fan. You bullied me about it. We're going to do a podcast about that. Don't worry about it. Pokken tournament, I was excited about this when it came out on the Wii U. I was jealous of Wii U owners that I didn't get to play it.
That must have hurt.
Yeah, I didn't know any to be jealous of. It was the worst part of it.
No one you could be all like, yo, let me just borrow your console and play this one game.
Yeah, but because it wasn't a main series Pokemon game, like if it was a main series Pokemon game, I would have bought the console. Like I would have, I don't know, sold my kidneys for it or something.
Yeah. Very common in this country.
There's a trend of not main series Pokemon games sucking.
Yeah.
Pokemon Colosseum was quite good. Everything from then was just like, you can link your DS up to your Wii and put Pokemon in it and fight them, and it's like, I can fight them on the DS. Why don't I put them on the Wii? So I can see them in 3D, which you can do on the 3DS now. Pokemon Stadium's good on Nintendo 64. Yeah. It's got kind of roots in Pokemon Stadium. I remember when we were playing Pokemon Stadium, I always wished it wasn't just selecting an option and then Charizard blows fire out of his nipples because they didn't actually map it to each character's mouth, and then they do a animation.
The fire came out of his chest.
I think like he'd lean down to blow fire and then he'd come back up and it'd still be coming out of his nipples.
Right, so like the emitter was just placed. Right,
yeah, exactly. Like even on the 3DS version, they've nailed that now. Like different attacks come out of different places, but basically they had an animation for a special attack and a physical attack, and then they had animations for being hit, and that was it. There was 3 animations and an ideal animation. But I remember always wishing I could just fuck that. I want to run up and punch him and like get into a Tekken fight.
Yeah.
And then Pokken Tournament comes out and I'm like, sick.
I'm surprised. I mean, was there a game like Pokken Tournament before? That sort of.
No.
I'm surprised there wasn't. Like, it seems like a very obvious thing to do. I mean,
yeah.
Pokemon is about these monsters that fit in your pocket. You throw a fucking ball out. They come out of there somehow. I don't know how they're all in there. And then you give them commands like, yo, electrocute that motherfucker, and then Pikachu goes and does his thing. It's like a nice little brawl situation, so I mean, at the very least, they could have, I don't know, done a game like that.
Well, the thing about it is the games are turn-based.
Yeah.
So, with turn-based has always been a weird battle system. Like, they just stand there and wait for you to attack them politely before they attack back.
It's a good system, but It was obviously developed out of limitations.
But obviously in the anime they didn't do that. Like in the anime there was a scene where Onyx was attacking Pikachu and Pikachu couldn't hurt it because he's immune to electric, and then I don't know, some water sprinklers turn on or something, and then Pikachu runs up Onyx's back and electrocutes him and shit. It'd be so sick if you could do stuff like that in the game, and then they bring out Pokken Tournament. And it won't be like that. But
I watched a bit of the cartoon. It was anime, but it had been westernized.
Yeah.
And the Pokemons. They all seem to have more like autonomy when it was in this show rather than in the games where you could tell them the attacks and stuff like that. And all he'd say was "Go Pikachu" and shit. And every now and then he might have like shouted a command out, but like they did their own shit. So they should have done a game like that fucking long ago.
Well, I think what put them off is they've got like there must be near 900 Pokemon now, and obviously they didn't want to just single some out, but now they can. I guess now they decided, fuck it, let's single some out. Pick some good ones.
It's like a whole life goal now is to collect them all.
I know. I got really close on Heart Gold. I'm missing like 6 Pokemon, but one of them's Mew, and Mew is impossible to get unless you go back to Pokemon Yellow, glitch the game, catch it, transfer it to Pokemon Crystal, transfer it from Pokemon Crystal to Pokemon Emerald, transfer it from Emerald to such as Pearl, and then up and up and up until you have it.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, or you can get it from an event, but I'm sure that's fine in Japan where they have events around every fucking corner because everybody plays Pokemon, but try getting an event in England.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, like, when was the last time they had a Pokemon event in England? I didn't
recently, but it's usually like game. Like they do it for a day, and it's only select games, and it's like, oh, go down to London for a day, get a Mew, and
whenever
it's
always like at select locations, it's never in one of our places. Our locations.
Well, we don't exactly live in a major city. Like most, if you told an American where we live, they'd be like, where?
If I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't even, when he parroted it back to me, he didn't even say it properly. I said, I'm from Bradford, and he's all like, oh, I've been at Bradshaw. I was like, oh, have you? I haven't. What's it like at Bradshaw?
I think Bradshaw is a place near here.
I've never been.
Well, me neither.
I've been at Bradshaw. Fuck off. You're not getting any extra tips. Fuck off. So yeah, I didn't know that they even did Pokemon tournaments. And I liked Pokemon when I was a kid. So I had like a nice little Pokemon tracksuit. I had the poster. I used to play a game with my older sister. I used to tell her the names of the Pokemon, and then at the end of the day I'd ask her, like, I'd cover the name on the poster and I'd point to it and be like, who's this? Yeah. And she had to try and guess and stuff like that, and I'd scold her when she didn't
me and my sister used to do that.
I don't remember doing it. Like, I don't remember doing it, but my sister tells me every now and then whenever we're talking about my child and how I liked Pikachu and all that shit. She tells me that story every time. But I grew up and I never played the games and stuff. I always viewed it as a game for children. Yeah. And I just didn't understand why all these people my age, around 20, were just fucking playing it. I'm like, you fucking autistic peons or whatever I used to call you. But I can see the appeal now. I think I've mellowed out a bit. Yeah. I can get into it. I probably will get into it.
The latest one is definitely... In fact, the one before... fucking hell, I can't remember what it's called. There's not many. The one that was in France, I think they made the main character a bit older because they knew that there were actual adults playing the games. Yeah. And then when they made the most recent one, it's definitely a game that an adult can enjoy without feeling embarrassed.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the whole point of me bringing up the story about my childhood and Pokemon is like back when I got into Pokemon, there was like, what, 150 was it originally? Yeah. Pokemon to capture?
151.
151. So that would have been easy. Like, if now, not when I was a kid, because like my attention span for games, I didn't go around collecting everything and stuff like that. But like now, I'd be able to blast that out in like a week, maybe less. Get a collecting 150. But now there's fucking 900 of them. When I do get into it, I'm gonna have that feeling where it's it's not completed. It's like
that's every time I start one, a new one. When a new one comes out and I start playing, I'm like, this is it. This time I'm going to do it. And I transfer all my Pokemon from the last game I was playing, which has all the ones from the one before that.
There's no worse feeling as a gamer, and especially a gamer who likes to collect things. Open up a collection screen and just having a big section of black when nothing's there. So, when I do get into it, it's probably gonna irk me. But I am gonna get into it. I promise I won't bully you anymore, and I can see how it's good.
But we haven't actually talked about the gameplay. It is like Tekken. It's got some unique features.
I didn't listen to the tutorial at all.
Yeah, we were eager to start the podcast.
But it mentioned something about phases, which I think was very unique.
Yeah, that's really cool. I don't understand how it works, because like you can go from one phase to the next one 3 times and then still not like. Yeah. You charge your gauge a little bit, but I don't know. I'll have to play it a lot more. Like you only get 15 free matches in the demo, so I've got it pre-ordered. So I guess I'll get proper into it.
Yeah, I mean, there's much to say about the gameplay. It's very how you expect. It's very like if you've played Mortal Kombat or is it Street Fighter and stuff like that, and Tekken.
Well, I think it's called Pokken because the people who made it are Tekken.
Probably. It's probably more like Tekken because of that than Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. But if you've played fighting games like that, then it's very similar, except it's not stuck on like a 2D plane. You do move around the battlefield and stuff, but you're always locked on the other person.
Which is weird when you're playing it 2-player on the same screen. Because
it is like
you're always on screen, but you're locked onto player 2.
First player's in the foreground, player 2's in the background, so it's really weird.
It's
when I was playing as player 2 and I was Pikachu, so you could barely even see me at the back there. I was like, where am I?
It's weird because when you play a 1, you're pushing the thumbstick forward.
Yeah.
When you play 2, you're pulling it backwards.
Yeah. Will it have online play when it comes out? I bet it's a little better on online play.
I'm sure the big local.
It's local
console
multiplayer doesn't have split screen, which is a weird design choice.
No, but I'm saying if you brought your Switch and you had a copy, you could probably play it.
Play it over the Wi-Fi. Yeah. I'll do that. I will get it just so we can play it together.
Well, I don't know. I might still be disappointed by it, so I'd wait till I played it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll wait until you get it.
I hear that it's got a lot more in it than you'd expect, because from playing the demo, you can see like
how many?
I don't know, like 20, 25 characters you can play as. Right. But the first time I played it, I noticed some kind of ranking up was happening. I was getting some kind of XP. So I don't know. If
they do end up having all the Pokemon in it at some point in the future, it'd be nice if it splits them all by generation.
Oh, they would definitely do that. Yeah, that's definitely the kind of thing they would do.
Because I just stick to Generation 1 characters.
Yeah, I guarantee like 60% of people would. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are really...
Speaking of Pokemon...
Though, elitist about Generation 1.
No, yeah, I definitely. I'm not even into Pokemon and I'm elitist about Generation 1. Speaking of Pokemon, in Japan, like Pikachu's not even the most loved character.
No, it's Greninja.
Yeah.
Hey, I think he's in it just because of that. It might not be, actually.
It's weird because like they have parades where like 100 very short people will stuff themselves in a Pikachu
and
march down the like the roads and stuff. So I was like, how are they not in love with Pikachu if that's the shit that they do over there?
Yeah,
I'd love to be there though. It looks like incredibly cute.
Yeah. Well, the video that I saw, you could hear the footsteps. And it was like so synchronized, and just all these Pikachu marching, and you could just do.
It was amazing. I loved that video.
Yeah.
And the one where one like falls over or something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
And like she gets dragged off.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Or whoever was inside.
And Mario comes in and drags him off. And he's like, "I'm the mascot, bitch."
So yeah, there's not much else to talk about the Switch, is there? Because like it's a very new console. All the games that are out, we've talked about. Apart from like arms, we weren't into that.
No.
It's an interesting concept. I'll give them that. Like extending your arms in a brawl.
My concern about Pokken Tournament is it's going to be like arms. It's going to
be. We said that if we got arms, it's like a £40, £50 game.
Yeah, for 2 hours.
Maybe like 2 hours of fun. We might play it for a day.
Well, I've got note to do on the bus, so maybe I would play that. So.
Yeah, and then we just won't play it again. It'd feel like a waste of money.
Yeah, definitely.
So we didn't get it.
I just don't see me getting
it.
it.
It looks interesting and stuff like that. But...
I just don't want to spend money on a game that's only got multiplayer.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get Battlefront, by the way. I'm pretty sure I told you.
Yeah, but Battlefront 2 will have story, so I'm probably going to get it.
Yeah, me too.
But probably not play multiplayer, because...
I'll play it, but not a lot.
Yeah. Well, I got into the multiplayer on Battlefront a bit. Yeah. Just because I had a friend who was playing it a lot.
Yeah. I was going to join you, but I was like...
You didn't want to spend your money on it.
I'll spend money on that. I'll wait for the next one.
Well, the reason for that is because we played Battlefield. We played Battlefield 4. We played Battlefield, whatever the fuck the next one was called. Yeah, and every time we'd be like so hyped for it. Be like, oh, they fixed all the problems, and then they bring out an update and ruin it. And
we should have got into it when it was Battlefield 3.
Yeah, everyone
loved Battlefield 3.
People still play Battlefield 2.
And I was hoping Hardline would be like Payday 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Payday? It's Payday, ain't it? But it wasn't. But they're not Switch games, so fuck those games.
Do you know what just popped into my head for no reason?
What?
Do you remember Mercenaries?
Yes.
Do you know, you could put a cheating side, infinite money, and just carpet bomb entire villages, raise them to the ground. That was brilliant.
You're in Korea one. It was like the fight between North and South, I think. At least the first one.
I was too young to remember that. I just remember carpet bombing shit.
I don't know. I could be very wrong about that. But I'm pretty sure I've played a game where you're in Korea and it's the fight between the North and the South.
It's not Homefront, is it?
No, that's in America. The Koreans invaded America.
No, well, I haven't played that, so...
Never mind. But, yeah, we had a story about mercenaries we should have probably explained in the first episode, the origin one, about how our friendship eventually grew because we started talking about, after we Skyped with each other, we started talking about mercenaries. And we came up with that story, like... Cause you
Is that what it's from?
Yeah, yeah.
I had no idea.
They had that song, didn't they? It was like a very melancholic piano, like, I think it was a spoken word, like, sort of shit, like poem song.
Right.
And Ben, he who shall not be named
Ben,
from this day forward, he used to play it on his phone all the time. And then we came up... I forgot that I put that in my pocket.
That was Ash's phone. His phone shouts, "I'm Pickle Rick," every time he gets a notification. Yeah, what we said, yeah, it played something on his phone.
You could get golden guns in it, I think. And we came up with this story that the guy with the golden guns, or it was a character with a golden gun. If he had a golden Gatling or something like that, and he had golden bullets, like he'd only be able to afford the one bullet because of the amount of gold, and it'd spool up and just one little come out, and then and that's like one of the first things I remember about our friendship.
Yeah.
Off topic though. I think we spoke about the Switch as much as we can.
I think we're done for now. I reckon, give it a few episodes, we'll come back to this.
Definitely.
There's a lot to say about
Switch. It's not like we're just going to do a few episodes, like, and as soon as we run out of topics, like, well, fuck it, we've got nothing else to talk about. We'll revisit stuff.
I found out earlier this week, thanks to the YouTube channel Kurzgesagt, which often gives me existential crises, that I have about 2,300 weeks left to live, which seems like such a small number. So my aim is to do 2,300 episodes
at least
of the podcast.
I'll be along for the ride, but I feel like I'm going to outlive you.
Yeah, I definitely agree that you're going to outlive with me.
So I'll keep it going.
Okay.
I can just see it now.
You can bring my ashes. Or bring my uploaded consciousness, and we'll keep it going that way.
Yeah, because that's definitely... That's going to happen at one point. We'll get to like 90. We'll be like on our deathbed, and then
you might get to 90.
We'll be on a deathbed, and then we'll be like, oh, this just in, you can upload your consciousness into a synthetic human or an android, and we'll be like...
It doesn't matter what we're doing, what we're wearing, where we are, we'll be out the door.
Run out of that hospital with our gowns flowing, our butt cheeks just flapping in the wind. Yes, let's do that. Alright, let's wrap this up then.
Yep.
Thanks for watching our second episode.
Listening to our second episode.
It's going to be on YouTube. Alright, so thanks for listening to our second episode and watching it. If you're the type of person who will sit on YouTube and stare at the same image and a waveform at the bottom. Like,
Yeah.
that's what you're going to do, right?
Yeah.
So thanks for sticking with us. And we hope
We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we hope you're looking forward to the next episode as much as we are.
Naughty Dog.
Yes, previously Uncharted.
Yes.
Episode.
Well, I titled it Charted.
Yes.
Because we've done them all.
Which I really like that though, because I think the trophy that you get for completing it on crushing mode is charted, or the platinum is
I thought
charted.
it was really clever coming up with that, you know.
I think we should keep it anyway.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
I really like that.
There's one thing we're forgetting. We can't set up a precedent in the first episode and then just completely forget about it.
Okay.
We need to set a creative challenge for the listeners.
Well, yeah, you kind of like sprung that on me last second in that episode, so I'll let you.
Well, I already thought.
I'll let you remember it from this day forward.
We've discussed this before.
I don't think I was listening.
You probably weren't because I messaged you on Slack, and we were supposed to be working. So.
Yeah, and like when we talk face to face, we obviously remember more of the conversation, but like over DMs, it happens all the time. I'll say something, I'll expect an answer, and then you'll find something amazing on YouTube. And you'll just send me that immediately, and you'll just not see what I sent.
Yeah,
but so creative challenge.
Well, it's the Switch episode, so illustrators, just creative people, make something visual. Take elements from your favorite Switch games, your favorite Nintendo properties if you haven't played a Switch game. And create some sort of crossover. Think Mario X Rabbids.
I think it'd be a really nice challenge if people could make some nice illustrations using only the Nintendo Switch Red and Blue.
Yes.
That'd be very cool.
Stick to Nintendo Switch Red and Blue. If you need to, you can throw in the yellow from the yellow Joy-Cons that they released.
Or the greys.
Or the greys, yeah.
And obviously black and white is obviously fair game.
Okay. Try to do something with that. Audio.
I think it'd be really cool if people could because obviously people don't like I say obviously too much. Obviously, they don't like the new Zelda music, so maybe remix an old Zelda song or reimagine how you thought it would, or how you think it would be better in the new Zelda game.
Yeah, try and make it fit the feel of the new Zelda.
Yeah. Also, we understand that creating music isn't as fast as a process as maybe illustration.
Obviously.
So you don't have to tweet that in immediately. You could tweet in whenever you finish that piece of audio.
Yeah. It's just an idea. It's just something to get your little creative brain
working. It's just
working.
something to...
An exercise.
Yeah, and it's especially amazing if you're going through some sort of creative block.
Yeah. And this helps you break through that, come up with some new techniques. Because
if at the very least all we've achieved is that you've got out of a block, then that's fine by me.
Yeah, totally.
But we want to challenge people and stuff.
So tweet those at us at
UT2Cast.
Yes.
And we'll see you in the next podcast.
Yes.
Which will be a nice.
These outros are probably going to remain very awkward until
very awkward until we've got a nice system.
Yeah, until we get into the
just a catchphrase
goodbye.
Smell you later, dipshits, or something like that.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Call our listeners dipshits.
Listen, right? If they're gonna stick with us for that long, they're gonna know our personality, and we don't mean it. It's a way of showing our affection by insulting them.
Yeah, like how we insult the shit out of each other.
Yeah, but I love
you.
Gay. All right, this outro has been going on for too long.
Yes. Okay.
We'll
Goodbye.
see you next episode. See ya.
Bye.